Hello guys, welcome back to Insight Electronics. So in today's episode, let's take a look at this ERD 12 volt 2 amp PS-20T model power supply. Now this is a 12 volt 2 amp model and you can also get it in a 12 volt 1 amp version, and these are the specifications for this adapter. You can see input voltage 150 to 240 volts AC, output voltage 12 volt 2 amp, short circuit, overload, overcurrent, over temperature protection, surge protection, all these things. Being ERD, it can actually, it's not like they're blindly printing it here. They have all these things built in, because I personally have tested ERD adapters before for my personal use and for my previous company's application, and it never disappointed us. I have personally done some tests with these ERD adapters, not with this one, but with the ERD 5 volt 2 amp power, 2 amp mobile adapters. You can watch that videos by clicking the I button up here, and if I forgot to attach it up here, you can find it in the playlist power supplies in my channel. So the retail MRP price for this one is around 400 rupees, but it retails around 200 something rupees. And here is all the things that is printed on the side: overload protection, short circuit, temperature control, IC based design, strong cabinet, and BIS certification, because ERD is an Indian brand and this is BIS approved. So that is on the sides, and this is the actual item. Immediately you might have noticed something. When you purchase an adapter, it used to come like this: an adapter and an attachment cable with it, and the adapter typically looks like this, a wall mount adapter. But this one is much cleaner because there are no wires in it. If you want to wire it, you have to provide the wires. So it feels really solid. It has some weight to it, primarily because of the solid cover that they were using. It's much stronger, and it looks premium also. The printing quality is much better. You can see it's kind of like, I'm not sure what kind of printing is it, but it looks really premium. This is the sticker on the front: model PS-20T 12 volt, input 150 to 40, output 12 volt 2 amps, indoor use only, double insulated, made in India, all those things. And here are the connectors meant for the input and output. So let's do the teardown first, and then let's do the testing.
So let me just unscrew these screws.
These are non-magnetic. So these are the plastic covers that this was using to cover up the connectors, and you can see it's color coded. For the mains input they are using red, and for the DC output they are using green, which is always a good thing. Color coded inputs and outputs are always a good thing, because it easily helps you to identify which one is what. So now the top cover is open. I'm not finding any other screws, so it has to be lock fit. And let's open it and see what is inside. Let's see what IC they're using. Oops, what kind of circuit they're using, and all those things.
So let's slowly get my screwdriver around, and without creating much damage to the case itself. How is that even going to come out? Okay, let's try this side. Okay, there you go, it's open on this side.
I don't want to break it. Yeah, there you go. There is nothing on this side, and this is how the inside looks like. It looks much cleaner, it's much simpler. I think everything is based on this particular IC, which is a DP2545. Where is the light? There you go, DP2545. The datasheet of this one will be available on the screen right now, if I can find it, of course. All these adapters, they're all made in India, but the components can come from China. So that's how a lot of things nowadays really are. So we cannot say anything about that, but this thing, it's actually really beautiful. You can see it's the form factor is much smaller. Even the transformer, they have used a horizontal way of mounting it. The size of the transformer themselves is much shorter than the height of the capacitor that they're using. This is a kind of transformer that we can find in the TV SMPS boards, because they want a smaller form factor in those TVs. And the capacitors, when talking about the capacitors, these things are 450 volt 10 microfarad rated capacitors. Shellcon granted, and this has to be an MOV. This is the input side, and there is an inline interrupt limiting resistor which is also going to act like a fuse. There is an MOV in here which is probably rated for 3, is it 30, it's 307. The lighting is not good, I cannot read it. This has to be the bootstrap capacitor. At the output side we can see two SR5100 power diodes. These are high current diodes, both of them are in parallel, and they are using a CLC pi filter on the output stage for a better smoothing experience. You can see pi, the classic CLC pi filter application right here. The class X2, no, it's a class Y capacitor. Class X2 is always across the line and neutral. This is a class Y suppression capacitor. That will be for the snubber network. This one, not sure what it is. And when talking about SMD, there are not a lot of SMD components on this side. There is a bridge rectifier, couple of resistors, couple of diodes, and that's it. On the output side also there are a couple of resistors, probably to discharge these capacitors. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There is a decent separation with anti-tracking slots, and the separation distance, even they try to maintain it like around 0.5 centimeters, 5 millimeters, something like that. And on this side also there is adequate separation between the mains AC side and the switching side. There are anti-tracking slots cut on the rectifier side, on this side also. So they have thought about everything basically. And on this side, for the cooling purpose, they have provided very large area underneath the diode that will help dissipate the heat under full load condition, because the diode themselves don't have any heatsink on them. So these legs transfer the heat to the base, and which it's going to act like a better heatsink area for that. So overall, construction wise, this is a really good power supply. The input has an MOV, it has an inrush limiting resistor, the common mode choke, the rectifier, followed by these smoothing capacitors, and the rest of the switching is done by this DP2545 IC, because there are not a lot of things underneath that. So the switching section is entirely handled by this one, output section by this two diodes, and that's pretty much it. Now since this video is already 9 minutes long, I don't want to make it even longer, so let's do the test, the load test, on a different video. Anyway, that is all about the ERD 12 volt 2 amp PS-20T adapter. It's a very good adapter, and let's do the test on the next video. Thanks for watching. See you with another video.